So from Albany back to New York City, part of the budget season includes a lot of focus on Mayor Mamdani's campaign promise to bring fast and free buses to New York City. And he tapped a new czar to help lead the way in that effort. Elizabeth Adams joining me to go on the record. And Elizabeth is joining me now. Great to have you here. First time on Picks and Politics.
Hi, yeah, thank you so much for having me.
And congratulations on the role as well, this first appointment. This is a new role for the city, for city government, right? So kind of lay it out on what exactly this role will accomplish moving forward and who you report to.
Yeah, so this is the first time that this position has been created, really showing the mayor's commitment to fast and free buses. So I'll be serving as the senior advisor in the mayor's administration to speed up some of the slowest buses in the country and make them free for New Yorkers.
Okay, fast and free was the commitment. Obviously, there's some things going on in the state budget right now. There's been some reporting in recent weeks that maybe the free part of it is on the back burner and the fast part will be the priority right now. Is that accurate?
So the mayor has said explicitly he is committed to making buses fast and free before he leaves office. And so I'll be working with our partners at the city and state level to make that happen. And also, we know there is a lot that needs to happen right now on our streets, and the mayor has already taken significant steps. Really, I think one of the exciting things about coming into this role and this work is we have seen a mayor put buses at the forefront of the affordability crisis, and on day one has committed to unsticking stalled projects that we saw under the last administration. So a number of bus projects have already kicked off, and we're really looking forward to moving those forward to speed up buses on our streets for every New Yorker.
So fast and free by the end of a first term. Obviously right now the whole focus is on the budget, whether there's a budget deficit, how much Albany might be sending, what the budget in the city will look like. Does any of that hamper the effort to make the plan expedited in year one?
So the budget situation is, is real and serious, and we recognize that. The mayor has also been very clear that this is a priority of his and his administration. The fact that this role has been created is really a further commitment to the work that has already begun. And so as a priority, this work is moving forward.
Yeah, so let's talk about some of them right now, about what the goal is kind of for this year, because you're now in this position. People are looking at it saying, well, how quickly are we going to see some of these routes become fast and free? What is a short-term goal in year one that people might see by the end of December 31st?
Yeah, so the mayor will be continuing to put out kind of his specific priorities on this, but what we have heard from him at his 100-day announcement was committing to speeding up buses and working with the governor to a commitment of 20% speed increases on our streets. And those aren't just numbers, those are real people is what we're talking about. Time is money, and so when we give that time back to New Yorkers, that's time to spend with our families, our loved ones, run errands, really basic things that New Yorkers deserve. And so we'll see a number of projects moving forward. We'll have more information to share on some of what those plans are on projects around the city soon, so stay tuned.
But some of those routes will be faster by the end of this year.
I think we're getting started on projects now. What we saw in the last few weeks already was a redesign of Flatbush Avenue is kicking off, which will be center running bus lanes, which really means prioritizing the bus, prioritizing bus riders, and we're going to see real difference there.
While that's all kind of going on and being worked out, there's something the city council is pushing for right now is increasing the fair fares program, which is not necessarily a free bus, but makes it more affordable for some folks. Are you in favor of what the city council is trying to do?
Yeah, so the Fair Fare program has been a really important tool for New Yorkers. It has been a lifeline for a lot of New Yorkers and really speaks to the affordability crisis that we are in and that transportation is at the center of. This administration has been working to address make sure that people who are eligible are able to be enrolled. And we also know that it doesn't reach enough New Yorkers. So we need to be reaching more New Yorkers, making affordable transportation an option for everyone, and that's really what this mayor and administration is committed to.
So you're in favor. You like the idea of expanding the fair fares. Does it hamper the free idea?
The administration is looking at all options around the Fair Fares program.
I guess when people look at this, and I was talking to some folks about the role and the whole idea of a program was, okay, the mayor has his idea. He needs Albany to be on board. That's why he's trying to get more taxes passed, right? But the MTA runs the buses. The city doesn't run those buses. You're now coming to this position, and it seems like there's a multi-layer approach on who's talking to who to get these things done. So to make a program fast and free, is your communication with the MTA and the governor?
So you really hit on the fact that there is a lot of pieces here.
Yeah.
I am a longtime community organizer and advocate. I've also worked in local government on legislation. And so I'm really bringing those partnerships, that coordination, the working with multiple stakeholders to move this forward, because we know, the MTA plays a critical role. The governor and the mayor have been talking about transportation already since he's jumped in. And so there are all of these pieces that need to be coordinated. I'm really looking to be kind of at the center of that coordination of agencies working across teams and working with external stakeholders, particularly bus riders, who I think need to be at the forefront of these conversations too, who are experiencing what's happening on our streets every day and deserve faster buses and better bus service for them, right? This is about New Yorkers, and so I'm looking to bring that perspective in too. As a former organizer, advocate, someone who has really fought for this, I think that fight is also needed in the work right now.
Yeah, I remember you from Transportation Alternatives, which you used to work for in a prior job. And advocation is important, but you need the players to be on board.
Absolutely.
And so you need the MTA, who seems shaky on it sometimes, and the governor to say, okay, well, we're going to give the money. And if the governor is saying we're not going to raise taxes, where's the money coming from?
Look, the partnership is critical, and I think we are seeing the partnership already, between the governor and the mayor and the MTA and DOT, and so that coordination, that work between agencies and teams is a core part of this, and we're seeing that already.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm looking at some of the bus lanes right now. Like I saw, 42nd Street has these bright new shiny bus lanes. They're beautiful because that 42nd Street had a new redesign. Is the idea of a center busway? Is that kind of something you're looking at across the city? Because that really would make a difference, because then you kind of lose the double parking aspect of people blocking the bus lane.
Yeah, so there are a number of ways to speed up buses. And really, as you speak to, it's really about prioritizing space on our street physically for buses, prioritizing bus riders to get on the bus, fast and be able to move, center running bus lanes, busways, and bus rapid transit are all key measures of this and all key ways to do this. So, I think part of this is also, looking at priority corridors and figuring out what the exact calculation and bus treatment is for each of those routes. But yeah, really it's about, making space for the buses.
Those darn double parkers.
Yeah.
Okay, good to talk to you.